What's up, everybody? It's time for week 17. I think it's week 17 now. Last week we had a little bit of confusion with week 16. I thought it was actually shorter, but it turned out to be longer. And I may or may not be checking my team that often, just because I may or may not be tanking for a certain player in the draft. That's pretty bad when your commish is admitting that to the league, but that's just how it is. But it is week 17, which means that there is only 3 weeks left in the regular season. So it's getting that time where, man, if you're on the outside looking in, it's time to start winning those matchups. We'll look at the standings in more detail in just a second, as well as the matchup of the week. But I just wanted to let you guys know there will be a Skywalker trophy handed out this year. I want to give you a picture of what that's going to look like. And also there's going to be some medals handed out to second and third place. Next year there's probably going to be a small fee to help pay for the trophy and the medals. And also there hasn't been many prize challenges this year for that reason, but that's up to you guys if you want to increase the fee. But I'm not going to force that on y'all. Alright, let's look at the standings heading into week 17.
Alright, and then as you can see, the Slamma Jammas and the Steamrollers are still the top two teams in the league. For a while, it looked like the Shot Callers were going to make a run. But after losing the week 16 matchup of the week to the Steamrollers, they are now a game and a half out of second and 3 games out of first. Then you got the Patriots, who have been on a good run, who are now 3.5 out. Then there's a pretty big gap. You got the All-Stars and Razor Sharks tied. Then you got the Gravy Train, Hustlers, Cougars are all fighting for that 6th spot. And the Wizards, Knickerbockers, and Hoosiers all seem to be out of the race. But the Hustlers, Cougars, and Gravy Train are all in a battle, along with the All-Stars and Sharks in these next 3 weeks. So each one of those matchups is are matchups to pay attention to. Let's look at the matchups this week. The matchup of the week this week is between the All-Stars and the Gravy Train. Those are two teams that are on the outside trying to make their way into the playoffs. So it should be a good matchup. You got the Gravy Train. Let's look at their schedule the last few weeks. If you look at last week, they defeated the Razor Sharks in a huge matchup. They also defeated the Hoosiers by a score 10-1. So after losing to the Patriots in week 14, they've won 4 out of their last 5. So they're on a pretty good run. Let's look at the All-Star schedule. They were defeated barely by the Patriots last week, and then they barely beat the Knickerbockers the week before. They haven't been on such a good run lately. They struggled with the Knickerbockers and they lost to the Wizards. So it seems like the Gravy Train would have the odds in their favor in this one. Let's look at another matchup: the Providence Steamrollers and the Carolina Cougars. The Cougars are a little ways out of the playoff race, but they're still in it. The Steamrollers are still trying to fight off the Shot Callers and trying to get into the 1st seed. Then we got the Shot Callers and Wizards. The Shot Callers are pretty safe bet to make the playoffs, but they still need a win. Then you got the Hustlers and the Patriots. The Patriots have been on a good run. That should be an easy matchup for them. The Hustlers desperately need a win.
That's all I got for week 17. Hopefully I'll see you guys back here for week 18. Hope you guys have a good week.